guys, welcome to this week's episode of Reality Roundup Podcast.
Welcome to our hell. This is going to be a long one. Congratulations
This is a long
if you make
one.
it to the end.
If you don't already have a drink and a snack, maybe pause this, go get one, and come back because we have a lot to talk about.
Hopefully there won't be too many Jeffree Star nails on the floor. It's just the dogs.
They love walking around and parading around.
Or my son yelling later because we're not going to finish this before he gets home. So,
You know what?
let's just
It is what it is.
put your head down and plug along.
Okay, today let's start by talking about Vanderpump Rules, just briefly,
Okay.
because we have to talk about Survivor later. So let's not spend too long talking about this dual bachelor-bachelorette party in Miami.
Although we could.
I know.
All right, well,
So all the main people are going to Miami for this.
it's party time. Get your ass to Miami.
Jackson, Brittany,
This is a
getting married.
destination. They're not cheaping out. They're expecting their guests to shell out shit tons of money.
Well, I'm sure some of it was like comps too.
Possibly, and maybe Lisa was probably upgrading them as well.
I mean, she's done that in the past.
Yeah. They didn't mention it this time, but I'm sure she had a hand in that.
Mm-hmm.
This is her bread and butter, after all. She's got to keep them happy.
It's true.
All right, so Ariana and Kristen have a little chat.
First of all, I never thought that these two would be hanging out, but continue.
Carter and Kristen had sex that morning. They're supposed to be broken up.
What are you doing?
Something tells me
What are you doing?
this isn't like a random act of sex either. This is like every day.
Well, apparently he left like a whole box of dildos at her new house, so
Why did you waste that? That's for later.
sorry, I just had to get that out now because I can't. So yeah, that whole thing is a mess, and it's just making things worse for Kristen because now all of her friends are mad at her because she's lying to them. She's like, "We're broken up," blah blah blah, and then she like randomly tells a person here or there, "Oh yeah, we're still hooking up. He's still coming over all the time."
He's probably moving in.
No.
He's only crashing at his friend's house. Or
No.
He's got a place. It's called my house, my new house that I just got. All right, but let's take a break from all of the sexiness. And let's talk about Lisa playing Vanderpump CSI.
Inspector Vanderpump.
She's interviewing people. She's FaceTiming people. She can't hold that phone up long enough because
I love that Max
It
held
has
the
to be
phone
held
for her
high.
for a while. That was just like
that was everything. So yeah, she wants to get to the bottom of this because she's not believing these people because she's getting different stories from everyone.
So what she's investigating here is the whole blow up between Stassi and Tom Sandoval at TomTom because he sent her the 2:30 a.m. rage text,
Yeah.
and she needs to know what's going on here. Was it warranted? Why was there the big blow up at the restaurant? What's going on?
You know what? Stassi is the only one who's going to be telling her the truth because she's the only one who gives 0 Fs. Everybody else has some skin in the game here, so they're not going to tell her the truth, especially if it's them that looks bad.
Well, I mean, she wants to look good to Lisa still, I'm sure.
Yes, but Stassi has learned to tell the truth over the years now. And besides, there's no reason for her not to. She doesn't work for Lisa. Technically. All right, so
Technically.
here's the dead giveaway. Tom apologizes to Stassi. It was the shittiest apology.
It was basically like a...
Sorry I made you cry.
Yeah, it always goes
Sorry
back
you
to that
made
Spencer
yourself cry.
Pratt apology.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was basically saying like, these are all the reasons why I was like that, and she was like, I don't need to hear all that, like, just say you're sorry. But it's definitely not over. Like, there's still that drama between the two of them.
Yeah. Well, you know who else doesn't usually lie? Schwartzy. So he tells...
Really? Because he's definitely lied in the past.
Only when he's blackout drunk.
Mm,
To Lisa?
I don't know. The
Well-
Toms and Jacks, I feel like, have many
Chronic liars?
skeletons in their closet.
Well, was Schwartzy drunk when Lisa interviewed him? Because he totally threw Sandoval under the bus.
I don't think he was drunk. I think he was like, wow, that was really messed up that he sent that angry text. And Lisa was basically like, you know what? Yeah, because even if you're familiar with somebody who's throwing an event at the restaurant, they're still a
customer.
client. Yeah. So you can't be acting like that. And she's right. You can't do that.
All right, back to the sexiness. How disgusting was that strip club?
Strip club really weird.
You know a strip club is gross. Okay, you guys got to go there, whatever. Those girls got to make money. But I do not...
Nothing against that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that on TV. I don't want to see the nipples, like, digitalized out and then see the full breasts, like, motorboating and... No, I don't want that.
Poor Beau was so uncomfortable.
Good for
at that
him.
strip club.
Good for him. Jax was feeling no pain. He at one point didn't he even say that he would probably leave Brittany for one of these girls?
I was joking, but he did the whole
I'm cool and sexy
lie to Brittany the next day, like, oh my god, we went to a strip club and it's just like not my scene anymore. And then they have the receipts where he's like,
I'd leave Brittany for this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about the girls' party?
That looked fun. They were all in their cheap wedding dresses. But then Kristen, it's not a season of Vanderpump Rules without someone throwing a drink and Kristen falling at some point.
How much of how much of a dick was Tom Sandoval to Beau?
Yeah, he was.
Beau, nicest guy ever on the show.
Stassi is so lucky to have him.
She should get down on her knees and thank her lucky stars every freaking night that Beau is in her life because he
just seems like such a
quality
cool guy. Yeah.
He's quality. All right. Well, Tom's a dick. Who knew it? We were big Tom fans from the beginning, but I have to say, I really think this has gone to his head. This has gone to his head. I liked it better when he was struggling.
Ouch!
He was nicer.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
He's still cool dressing up like a woman or a skinny mustache or, whatever, but I don't like his personality
anymore. He really commits to a costume.
Yeah. I don't like his personality. I don't like where this bar has taken him. He's got, like, the lottery curse. He's won the lottery, and now he's a dick.
Ouch. Would you say he won the dick lottery? Okay. Well, back at the girls' party, it got really dramatic because the bar that they were at, or the club that they were at, brought out this sign that was like, Brittany, don't do it. And I'm sure they do that to, like, a lot of people. Yeah.
Everybody.
But considering the history between Brittany and Jax and the cheating and everything, ooh.
Brittany took it really hard. Plus, she was probably pretty drunk.
Here's the thing. It seemed like at first she was laughing about it, and then Kristen was like, oh, that's really messed up that they did that. That's not okay. That's unacceptable.
Do you think it was messed up?
So then Brittany started thinking about it more, and she's like,
oh my God, you're right.
That's so sad. Isn't it bad enough that she's with Jax? Like, she's got to put up with this shit, too.
Something came up that we probably heard before, but I hadn't realized it. It hadn't really hit me fully until this episode.
What?
That when Jax and Tom lived in Miami, they shared a twin bed.
Yeah, what? I knew that they were roommates. I did not know they shared a bed and a twin bed.
Does that mean, like, please let that mean, like, one slept during the day and one slept during the night?
I don't know.
Or was Jax just in that other guy's bed so much that...
I don't know. I'm not sure what the timeline is with that other guy and everything.
Huh?
I don't know.
All right, well, it's girls' dinner time, and Ariana says it was all Tom's fault.
So they're talking about the book thing again, the book signing event, because Katie is not happy that this is now being blamed on Tom Schwartz, and Ariana is standing by her man, Tom Sandoval.
Well, they do have a book together. It's like their baby.
Yeah.
They're never going to get married and never have kids. Their kid is the book that they wrote together. Good luck.
Anyway, I was not planning on even talking about this show that much, but here we are.
Once you get started, you can't stop. It's like a bag of potato chips. Next time, Max and Dana. Ugh. I'm not enjoying the two of them.
I enjoy the
because
OGs
of Max.
more.
I like Dana, kind of. Max. Never. Never.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think if I had to choose between Max and Brett, I like Brett. Is it Brett or Brent?
That it should be a clue
Oh
right there.
no! I like that guy better than Max.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's talk about Project Runway. Let's
This
keep it
show
Bravo.
is so good.
Yes.
It never disappoints. Every season that we've ever watched, I've really enjoyed so much.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really appreciate the fashion industry until you get like what actually goes into it.
Yeah. But there are a lot of things that I don't like about the fashion industry. But
We're not going to go into.
We're not
going to
go into that during this podcast.
All right. So the guest this episode was Ashley Longshore. I hadn't heard of her before, but she is an artist.
Is she a new fave for you?
Yes and no.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of all of her stuff. I'm a
She's
fan
kind
of
of
some
like
of her stuff.
a modern
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm. I guess she's like a digital artist.
Okay. I really like all the colors and everything in her work.
It's beautiful. I think there's way too many dildos though, and nipples and other stuff.
I don't know. I really like the butterflies
I could
and
do
all the
without the
flowers and
dildos.
everything.
Plus, like, I'm
Why
no,
are you such a prude?
I know I'm no prude, but I don't like when people have profanities on their clothing because
Are you kidding me? I could totally see you wearing something like that, like in the 80s.
I know. But now, as I've aged like a fine wine or cheese,
You past that?
I'm past
So
it.
nobody else can enjoy
I'm not angry enough anymore. Sorry.
That's debatable.
All right, what'd you think of the mother effing walk off?
Oh, I live for a walk-off. I love it. It just brings me back to Santino, season 2.
Which
every
brings
time.
me to say there will never, ever be another mother effing walk off as good as Santino
Austin, Scarlett,
and Daniel.
Oh my goodness. That was just magic. But this was fun too.
It was fun, but it didn't hold a candle to Santino.
Well, this season has been having a lot of drama
Mm-hmm.
outside of the workroom.
Yeah.
Dae Young is not feeling good again.
Is it physical? Is it mental?
I don't know.
Is it? I don't
I
know.
really feel for her though. Like, it's so upsetting.
I really hate when there are outside influences that dictate a season. Like, I hate when people get eliminated because of physical problems.
Like, it's so sad. You finally have this amazing opportunity, and then something like that is going to trip you up. So, again,
Yeah.
she's not feeling well.
And I really am a fan of her clothing.
Yeah. I mean, she powers through it. She gets a lot of help from Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
it's not looking good with the previews for next week.
No.
For Dae Young.
No. All right. So
Well, let's talk about the looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's just say they had to take an artwork from Ashley Longshore, and it was printed into fabric.
Which is so cool.
It was really cool, and they had to make an outfit.
And they really wanted you to showcase the print and use a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, the safe people, just really quickly. Chelsea, I feel like, is the dark horse in this competition.
Yeah.
She really has a shot to win this thing, but she's not, like, the obvious choice right now.
Right. She's solid, though.
Yeah.
Very solid.
Jeffrey, this was an interesting look, but it worked with, like, that poofy skirt, and I like the invisible belt.
I didn't like the green lame, but I mean, I guess you had to go over the top with this because the print was just so, you couldn't just use a plain fabric with it. It just would be like apples and oranges.
Oh, I didn't even notice the butterflies on the shoes. I
Oh,
like
wow,
that.
that's pretty cool.
That's neat.
They also got trimmings.
Right.
To accentuate their looks.
Sergio, I thought this was one of his better and more youthful designs.
I didn't think it was a winner, but I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Okay. Now the highest scores. Delvin is back in the top.
Delvin was having a lot of problems. He had to really edit down his look because he had so many ruffles on it. He decided to go without any of the ruffles, and I think it was very successful.
Really seemed like a breakthrough week for him in a way. Did you notice how much he was smiling and
Yes.
like how happy he was?
He's usually pretty angry
and like serious.
Yeah. But I think he had a lot of fun with this. And his outfit was fabulous. I'd wear that.
Yeah, I love that pantsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dae Young, again, she had her issues, but she got a lot of help to pull it together. And this was cool.
I really liked it. I liked the play on high-low and the high being in the back and the low being in the front.
Yeah, and she is more of like, I would say, a minimalist designer.
Absolutely.
So this was a little bit outside of her comfort zone, I feel.
I think the strategic placing of the alternate fabric was really made it so that this was a piece that anybody could wear.
I would agree with Brandon, though. Not into that bow tie with this
Didn't
look.
like the bow tie. It looked like a little doggy bow tie.
Oh. Okay. Brittany, she was the big winner this week. This was her challenge because
she is a huge fan of Ashley Longshore.
Yeah, so it was kind of like when Jeffrey won the Cyndi Lauper challenge.
She even had a butterfly skirt.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
I loved how she made the 3D butterflies pop out of the print.
I wasn't really sure about that at first because I didn't know if it would look cheap but it looked really nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And she...
I love the yellow with the print.
Yeah. But the way she incorporated the yellow didn't make it look like it was an afterthought. It made it look like... you know what I mean? Like, it was cohesive.
Yes. Okay, now the bottom scores. Oh my god, Victoria was on the bottom, and she did not handle it well. That was not a good look for her. Not just the outfit, but I just mean the way that she
I really liked her outfit.
I didn't have a problem with it. I guess they just didn't like
there wasn't enough print.
Which, the whole pants are the print, but whatever.
You know what? She's starting to become...
a little bit one note.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need her to, like...
branch out a little bit. Take a risk, but...
Yeah. I mean, I guess compared to the other looks that were safe, I guess this one was in the bottom.
How cool would it have been if she had, like, a bra over the top or, like, a halter?
Like a Dae Young look?
No, like a Timothée Chalamet halter with flower boobs.
Halter? Or are you talking about a harness?
Harness, sorry. A flower boob harness. Would have been a lot better than just the plain white.
Okay. And then Nancy was also in the bottom.
I really like Nancy's pants.
Her coat was just way too big, though.
Too big.
Yeah.
Too big.
And then Marquise was the one eliminated this week. I was so sad to see him go, but that top was not good.
That top was terrible, but it wasn't his fault. The fabric,
the darts were just off. But it really
had to work with scraps.
It really made me sad too because he was saying that he's self-taught and he just was trying to like take a risk with these darts and he just didn't know how to execute them correctly. But I hope we get to see more from him in the future because
I think he's got a lot of interesting things in the pipeline. So I would definitely like to see more from him.
Yeah.
So that was Project Runway. Next week, is Dae Young finally going to succumb to whatever is ailing her?
I don't know.
And the designers are going to be working with sheer fabrics.
And it also looked like Victoria was having a tough time again, and they were saying, like, is she going to leave? So I don't know if they were doing creative editing and talking about Dae Young, or if they were talking about Victoria, but...
Well, you're a chiffon queen, so next week is for you. You love a nice chiffon.
Let's talk about Below Deck.
Let's go down below. All right, so Captain Lee has had to deal with a bunch of freaking diaper babies this whole season.
Yeah.
He-Man, woman-hating diaper babies.
I gotta say, the guys on this season have been absolutely exhausting, and
they suck.
I would not be upset if none of them came back next season. Bye!
Yeah, what a disappointment. It was like that season when they had that other guy as the bosun with the blonde hair, really tall guy. I don't remember his name, probably because he made me so angry. He was real misogynistic.
I don't remember. On regular Below Deck?
I don't know.
Or
Might have been on Med. Oh, he was terrible.
Ew.
Yeah, he was always naked.
Well, Captain Lee was particularly upset because they were all slamming doors and being loud when he was trying to get his beauty sleep.
Shut the F up! Go to bed!
Yeah, so then Kate...
deal with you in the morning.
Kate's crying in her book.
She doesn't like when Captain Lee gets upset because they're actually friends outside of the show. So.
But also, all the guys were talking crap about her and she knew it.
They were talking about her like she was an object. They were objectifying her. Not cool. So...
Captain Lee called everyone together for a meeting the next day and was like, guess what? I know this is the last charter, but...
get your shit together because I will fire your asses.
In the middle of the last charter. It will happen.
Yeah. Captain Lee doesn't usually take shit. He must not have known the extent
No.
of what was going on. Otherwise, he would have fired the whole freaking crew.
I've seen him say on Twitter pretty much every week, like, I had no idea it was that bad.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be the little tattle baby that's like, Captain Lee, look what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, they should be able to work it out amongst themselves. It's
All right.
embarrassing.
Well, Brian and Courtney are still having their drama because Courtney's not allowed to have an opinion, according to Brian.
What the actual F? Brian is the freaking worst. And why is Courtney putting up with this?
I know. I've said it over and over again. Courtney was like the surprise breakout star of this season.
Yeah, I agree.
I did not think that I was going to like her and enjoy her as much as I have, but
yeah,
she's been great and she's been keeping it real.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well. Tanner, what the actual F? You may look slightly like Bradley Cooper, but
it's not worth it.
But exactly. Stop talking to Kate about what you're going to do to her and just do it. Because every time you say what you're going to do, it is a complete turnoff. And Kate's like, well, that's not going to happen today.
She doesn't want to schedule a sex date.
It's like when you go to the doctor's office and you get in the pap smear. If you don't look down, it didn't happen.
Oh!
Exactly.
All right. Well, anyway,
right?
We got a new batch of guests, and what the primary is Jamel Hill from ESPN.
Whoa.
Formerly from ESPN.
These ladies are horned up.
Well, they're having like a bachelorette party
weekend.
for her.
Or days of partying.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the weekend. But Kate, I noticed too, seemed pretty cold with the guests.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. If it's just like last chart of the season and she's over it, or
she's disgusted with the guys, and that makes it difficult to work. She hates Kevin.
I don't know, because I saw on Twitter that she was saying that this was actually her favorite group of guests.
Maybe after they worked it all out.
Maybe. Because
they called her out on it.
They did call her out. They were like, are we like bothering you? What's going on here?
Do we annoy you? And she's like, oh no.
And then she's like, they're bitches.
I thought this was one of the most demanding groups.
Was it though? Because I feel like it wasn't. From what we saw.
Until they got drunk. Like, they were like, all like, yeah. And then they were drunk, and then it was great. That's why it was probably Kate's favorite, because they all got, like, so drunk, and then they just went to bed.
From what I saw, nobody was making, like, ridiculous requests or being rude to the crew or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't think they were that bad. I think a lot of it's in the edit.
Yeah. Well, at the 90s penis party, where Kate had to draw many penises and scatter them all over the floor. Yeah.
They really enjoyed that.
They said, hey, no hard feelings, right, Kate?
Didn't she basically say, cool. Like, bitch recognizes bitch or something?
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah.
So they really ironed things out. It seems like it's all good between Kate and Jamel.
Kevin's having a real hard time coming to terms with making a penis cake.
His cupcake.
What should I do? Should I make it freestanding? This is going to be epic. Do I take a cupcake and make it the top, or do... He made like this jelly roll thing. The cupcake, I have to say, really did read helmet. And then
let's just be clear though, they did request an erotic cake. This isn't just coming out of nowhere.
The freestanding thing, though, might have been a little bit too real. Like, maybe he really should have gone with
sheet cake.
Yeah, sheet cake and cut out
a
lying down reclining
This
penis.
Is a super yacht, okay? They're not paying for a sheet cake here. They want realistic.
Well, at the dinner with Captain Lee, unbeknownst to Kevin... the primary got pretty much blackout drunk. Like, she was having trouble keeping her eyes open.
Lay down for like an hour.
So he brings out the penis.
Well, wait. Captain Lee was having really nice, like, life conversations with the other guests.
Yeah, serious.
Yeah.
Like about charity and about, like, how this has changed his life. And Kevin walks in with a freaking erect penis with a sparkler in its mouth.
In its mouth? And everyone's just like, what?
And Captain Lee's like, get that shit out of here.
Oh, no! Kevin's face was like...
Kevin's penis, shall I say, fell flat.
Oh no! So of course he's blaming the whole thing on Kate, because that's what he does, so.
The base of that wiener, though, purple pubic hair and nut-covered balls, and that...
He took a little artistic license there.
I wasn't a fan. All right, well, he's kind of deflated.
So anyway, next time, we're going to see how things shake out after that.
Shakeout, yeah. And I didn't realize that they just filmed the reunion. So this is pretty...
this is all fresh.
Yeah, it's very fresh. It's very fresh. And
can't wait to see what everybody has to say at the reunion.
I really want to see what Captain Lee's reaction is to these dopes after he's seen exactly what's gone on this season. So let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Now we're going to talk about Survivor! Here we go. Season 40, yeah.
This is serious business, kids. I put on my Survivor glasses.
Dang.
I am ready to deconstruct this season 40. Winners at War.
This is so exciting.
Winners at War. They doubled the prize because they had to get these people to come back. They're not going to do it for $1 million. They already won.
It was a surprise to them, though. They didn't know going in that it was going to be $2 million.
Right.
Everybody in their pre-interviews was like, oh, another chance at $1 million.
Jeff is very convincing. He's like, do you want to be sitting on the sofa at home watching this while everyone else is playing?
Well, I think
got a point.
There's a few things at play here when they ask people to come back. Number one, it's a huge ego boost.
Right.
Because they're like, oh crap, you like think I'm good or whatever.
Number two, it's a legacy.
Yeah. It's just special to be part of. It reminded me a lot of SNL season 40 when they had like the big special and everyone
it's an
wanted
honor to be invited.
Everyone wanted to be on that.
Because not everybody was invited.
No. So this is kind of like the SNL 40 and so funny that it's the 40th season.
I don't see Johnny Cochran here, do I?
Maybe he's busy. But Jeff did say that everybody that was asked said yes.
So Johnny was not asked.
Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's busy with his writing job or something.
Well, maybe. But he still wasn't asked because if he had said no.
Yeah. But I think also another thing, as miserable as you can get while you're playing Survivor with like not eating and the no sleeping and all the bugs and everything, so many people have said after they're done playing, like once you're far enough removed from it, you only remember the challenge and the fun of it.
It's like having a baby.
You don't remember.
You don't remember a 10-pound turkey ripping through you.
Yeah.
A turkey-sized person ripping through your 2 legs.
Right?
Your leg holes. All right, so let's get right into it.
Okay, even though Cochran's not here, it's a wonderful cast they put together.
It is a wonderful cast.
I just feel so blessed to be alive during a time when we get to see an all-winner season. It's special.
Epic. It is very special.
It is.
And whoever wins this has the bragging rights of GOAT. Winner of the winners, greatest of all time.
We will have either another 2-time winner or a 3-time winner.
Oh, whoa. All right, so Natalie Anderson. Remember Natalie and her twin, Nadia?
Yep.
They were great on The Amazing Race. A little bit annoying.
Well, Nadia didn't do so great on Survivor. But no. Natalie did.
This is for Nadia. She's doing this for Nadia. Revenge. So she was on season 29, San Juan del Sur. She never had a vote against her. That's crazy.
Impressive.
That is very impressive. One of her weaknesses, though, is the not eating thing. She loves to eat. She's a CrossFit instructor.
Yeah.
She does CrossFit at 2 different gyms. So she's a badass bitch.
I want to say, too, before we get too deep into everybody's bios here, the information that we're sharing is what we saw on the CBS written bios and the ET Canada interviews with everybody.
Right.
I couldn't find video interviews on the CBS website. Did they not post them, or are we missing something?
Yeah, maybe since we dropped our All Access,
maybe that's only on All Access. I don't know.
But it would have shown, like, hey, you can see this with All Access.
I feel like they would have shown, like, a little teaser or something.
Yeah.
But if you guys can find the CBS interviews, if they exist, let me know. I saw that they've been dropping stuff here and there on Twitter.
Yeah.
But
She's also the first Southeast Asian cast member.
and the first one to win.
Yeah.
Which is pretty exciting.
It's very impressive.
What do you think her chances are?
I think she'll make it pretty far.
She doesn't seem like somebody who people are going to be immediately threatened by. You know what I mean?
But I feel like she could be annoying and like
I don't know.
press some buttons or pick some fights.
I
or
mean, compared to some of the other people that are going to be here.
I feel like a lot of these people are going to be big egos walking around on tiny legs.
Yeah, but do you think she's got a big ego?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
She is probably going to align with some of the bigger egos, I would think.
Okay.
Like Parvati and, you know.
Well, she did say that she thinks that Parvati played a great game.
And I agree. Parvati played an amazing game.
And also that we're all saying Parvati's name wrong, which probably.
Parvati? Is that how they said it? I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's the first interview
Parvati?
we watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Tyson. I don't even have to say his last name because he's like Cher. He only needs one name. He's from season 18, 20, and 27. But he won the last one that he played. He went out as a winner, Blood versus Water.
Is he a changed man?
No. You know what? I find a lot of these people who have played in the earlier seasons, they've become parents in the interim. And I feel like all of the women are like, oh shit, my hormones, I'm
Like,
going to cry at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And the guys are just like,
Yeah,
no,
I'm a dad, so what?
I'm going to slit your throat anyway.
Oh, no.
So Tyson is a known villain.
In the game.
In the game. And he will remain a villain. It's you know, he doesn't care that his kids are going to see him as a villain. It's a life lesson because it's a game.
Do you see him going out early?
No.
Really?
No. I think he's a snake in the grass.
Ooh. He's going to be able to
slither his way out of things.
Okay.
Definitely. He also is really playing up his pregame situations.
This is interesting. It sounds like he's going to be spreading a lot of misinformation and saying things like, oh, before the game started, when we were all hanging out, I saw that this person was writing a boot list in their journal, and your name was right at the top.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to hold any weight, or do you think...
I think he could plant some seeds with that. A lot of these people know each other through their Survivor family.
That's going to be another really interesting thing that will play into this season. Because this is not newbies. These are all people...
who have a history.
Not only have played before, but they've all won. So they all have like a special tight-knit bond.
I mean, I'm sure...
Well, some more than others.
Tyson is on Rob and Amber's text list. You know?
Yeah.
They all text each other. Some of these people get together. Some of these people are great friends outside of the show.
Some of these people also are on like that charity circuit, and they'll like show up at reality TV events and see each other a lot. So they have history there.
Well, he also has, just in case that doesn't work out, been doing a lot of puzzles.
Nice.
But he's got his dad bod, which still looks sick. I'm sorry. All right. Danny Boatwright.
I don't remember her.
I don't remember her either. She was from season 11, Guatemala. She's a self-described velvet steamroller.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but she got married since she won, and she has had kids. And she just needs a break from life because she's at that age right now where she's taking care of her kids, but she's also taking care of her aged mom, I guess.
Okay.
I think she said she lost her dad.
I felt for her when she was talking about that. She's been through a lot. So this will be a nice break for her.
She's got her work cut out for her.
Yeah, I feel like she's definitely
a lot of change.
An old school player. I don't know how well she's going to adapt to the new style of gameplay. And she seems like a sweetheart. But I mean, that could just be her in real life, and then she's going to turn it on when the game starts.
Right. It's hard to get a sense from the interviews of...
Because I really don't remember her gameplay that well. And I'm pretty sure that we did watch that season because it was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
I don't remember. Or wait, was it? No. It was probably before I was in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would say before high school.
Yeah. Yeah, you're old.
There are some seasons, though, that I did not really see the full thing because I was in college at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, like, trying to be a good student or whatever. So I would only see...
Going to lots of ballroom dance classes?
Yeah. I only saw the end of some seasons when I would come home. But some of these are just so old, I don't remember...
Same here.
Really.
My brain is full up to here, and it's just spilling off useless stuff now. Yeah. It's all full up. Mm-hmm. All right, next up, Sophie Georgina Clark.
Okay.
She was from season 23, South Pacific. She was only 21 years old when she won. I believe she said that she graduated college and then, like, basically the next day she had to go leave for Survivor.
That's insane.
And she's now 29.
I'm pretty sure I met her briefly at a charity thing, and she seemed really nice. I didn't really get to talk to her, and honestly, I didn't know who she was at the time, which I felt really bad about. But this was one of the seasons where I was in college, so I didn't really see it. But yeah, I think she's going to be a good player because it seems like she keeps up with podcasts. She's watching Ponderosa. Like, she's soaking up all the Survivor that she can. She's really into it. And I think she's going to have a really good strategic mind. But my worry for her is that she was talking about how she's an introvert. And I feel like now, especially how the game has evolved, you got to be talking to everybody at all times.
I'm going to let you finish, but when these people are talking about, like, oh, I keep up with this, I keep up with that, nothing can replace that gut instinct that you have when you're actually in the game. You can prepare all you want, but it's that gut instinct that carries you through and thinking on your feet and switching things up. You can, think, oh, there's this advantage, there's that advantage, there's a hidden idol now, but you can't teach gut instinct. It's got to be there or not.
I mean, she's got to have some sort of gut, right? She's won. Right. Everybody here has won before, so...
Right. Well, she's used to playing with her solid alliance. She's not used to voting blocks.
I mean, to be fair, it is possible that all of the earlier season people could get together and be like, you know what, we need to stick together here or else these new people are going to eat us alive.
True.
So you never know what could happen.
Can they? Will they?
I don't know.
Because everybody's trying to adapt and they're like, well, we can't go back to the old school way of doing things.
I don't know. Should be interesting.
Yeah. Jeremy Collins, one of my favorites.
I love Jeremy.
He was on 2 seasons, 29 and 31. He won the Second Chance season. He's had 2 more kids.
Oh my god!
The show.
Yeah, and he was on the first time around with his wife.
I remember
Val.
at the show, she was ready to pop.
Yeah.
And now they have 4 kids.
That's crazy.
And I believe he said she made Sergeant.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
They're still living a normal life, kind of.
It's interesting to see too, who went back to their normal lives and who has made this a career. Not that there's anything wrong with turning it into a career. It's just interesting to see.
Right. He's prepared. He's gained some weight. He's gonna let Tony and Tyson be his meat shields.
Yeah, so it sounds like he still wants to use somewhat of the same strategy with the meat shields, which I think is probably smart for a player like him because he is going to be a huge threat to a lot of people.
He is going to be a huge threat.
So
I hope he does well. We'll definitely be rooting for him.
Oh yeah, I love Jeremy.
All right, next up, the queen stays the queen. Sandra Diaz Twine.
Sandra! Don't be killing any animals this season and we'll be fine.
She won season 7, Pearl Island. She won Heroes vs. Villains, season 20. She played Game Changers, but couldn't make it happen a 3rd time. But she was a mentor on season 39 with
we just saw.
Boston Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a legend.
She really is.
She's the only 2-time winner.
A lot of people are talking about her. So she's going to have a huge target on her back going in.
She's had the whole season 39 to observe Boston Rob.
She's been
pick
listening.
His brain. Also, she's got probably a lot of things that she can use to get rid of him or to, to further herself in the game.
What do you think is going to happen there? Because not only do we have Sandra and Rob, but we also have Amber. So Do you think they're actually going to work together, or do you think they're going to go after each other?
I think they're going to work together until they can't work together.
Maybe. I don't know.
If they're smart.
If I were Sandra, I feel like I couldn't trust Rob and Amber together because just face the facts, they're two together.
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to be together, and they're not going to turn on each other.
Do you think Sandra will set it up to either get rid of one of them and then tell the other one, I tried all I could,
I don't know.
to get rid of, to keep them, and it didn't work. Why don't we work together? Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, they could use each other as shields, too.
Right.
It's really
There's a lot of possibilities there.
It's going to be interesting to see what the dynamic is.
We're going to have to
them
read the room. Read the island.
And it sounds like at this point they're separated into men and women. I don't know if that's what their official tribes are going to be starting out, or if that's just like their preseason hangout grouping.
Yeah. I'm having the feeling that it's probably going to be men versus women at first.
Be.
Just so that will keep Rob and Amber apart. Because I think to have them on the same tribe right away, it's too much. Yeah. All right, so she knows a lot of people outside of the game.
Sounds like she's really the welcoming committee when somebody wins.
Do you think that she knew that there would be this season coming up, and that she would just get her foot in the door there every season by calling the winner right after the season was over to establish a relationship with them?
Maybe not necessarily thinking that it would be an all-winner season, but just planning ahead for... you know, some sort of veteran season or something.
Right.
I feel like she is always playing the game.
She's super smart. She is very, I say, low-key. Mm-hmm. I think she lulls you into a false sense of security. Her social game is like no other.
On point.
Yeah.
But she's really fighting an uphill battle here because everybody is going to want to take her out.
Or she's going to be the biggest goat, not in a good way. They're going to want to take her to the end because they figure people probably wouldn't want to vote for her.
I feel if she makes it to the end, how could you not vote for her?
Well, then cut her before, like, the final 4.
That's more of a shield than a goat. Then.
Everybody seems to be counting on the fire thing. What if they were just like, well, we're not doing that anymore? I have a feeling... that there's going to be a lot of things that we haven't seen before. There's going to be a lot of things that we're expecting to see that we're not going to see because this is such a special season that they're just going to have to change up everything.
I don't know. Will they be living in a house?
No. All right, Ben from season 35, Healers versus Hustlers.
All right. He's coming into this feeling like he's got a lot to prove because he was kind of a controversial winner, I guess you could say.
He won idols like back to back to back.
Well, he found them.
Found them. Also,
I don't think he won any, did he?
I don't know. I'm not
Wasn't
sure
he
about that.
one of the ones that said that he never won a challenge?
I thought didn't he say he never had a vote against him or something? Or
I don't know, but he kept finding the idols back to back to back when everyone wanted to get rid of him. And then this was the first season that they did the fire making challenge.
Yeah.
So everybody felt like, wow, he got really lucky.
Mm-hmm.
So...
well, he might have, but you know what? Part of the game is luck.
That's true.
Part of the game is definitely luck.
Absolutely.
You can't plan ahead. You got to roll with the punches. You got to go on Amazon. You got to get your lion underwear. He's got some lion underwear. Is that a nod to Debbie?
I don't know.
I can't remember what season she was on, but that swimsuit, that was a lot. All right.
So it'll be interesting to see...
he's got something to prove to himself anyway, that, it wasn't just a fluke. Mm-hmm. That he's there for a reason.
I do like the message that he brings with him, bringing PTSD to the forefront and...
right.
Especially, specifically for veterans. I think that's great.
It's a great message.
Yeah.
And he said he also wants to play a better social game. Because I feel like he was kind of a loner.
He was kind of abrasive, I feel like. If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Michelle Fitzgerald, Jersey Girl. Mm-hmm. She was on season 32.
Is what I would call, a low-key winner. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she won because she played this amazing game.
But she was, people hated her the least? Or were bitter
the
least?
That sort of thing. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who was at the end with her. But she was on Beauty versus Brain versus Brawn.
Right.
And
that season had a lot of medical issues. People were dropping like flies.
Oh, That was with Beast Mode Cowboy.
Yeah, I guess that was Ty's season too.
Oh, yes. Oh, Ty.
Right?
Yeah.
That was like the first Sia season.
Yeah, I
where
think
Sia
it was.
was like, Jeff, this is Sia
Wasn't
from
it?
Pop Music. I want to give some of your players some money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I believe that was the first Sia prize.
Right.
Season 32. And
So-
it's become such a huge part of the
It
show
has.
now.
It has. I wonder, out of this group, who's going to win the Sia Awards this year?
Who's playing for the Sia Award?
I don't know. Will they be upped as well?
Maybe doubled.
I don't know.
Although this last go round with the $100,000 prize
That was
was
a lot.
unbelievable.
Yeah. So anyway, Michelle, she played more of like an old school game.
Mhm.
She really focused on the social aspect, which is important, and
Yeah.
jury management.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I like about her, this is totally unrelated to Survivor, but I saw on Twitter a few weeks ago,
Mhm.
apparently she's like really into board games, and she is so petty playing these board games that she bought herself online this little tiny violin, and you
Oh
can play
my
the
God.
tiniest violin.
That is amazing.
So for that reason, I'm like, okay, Michelle, let's see what you got.
Okay. All right, but what about that Wendell?
Wendell.
Season 36, Ghost Island. You
Ah!
met Wendell.
I love Wendell. Yeah, he was really fun to interview.
He seemed like a really great interview.
Yeah, and you can tell he is really into this game because I remember asking him if there was ever an all-winners season.
That's right. You did ask him that.
Who would you work with? And at the time, he didn't want to drop any names, really, because
But he was
already
definitely on board.
he was already playing the game. He
Mhm.
didn't want to put any information out there. So
Right.
he has been thinking about this for a long time.
Yes. I think he's going to do great. And it looks like he's planning on having some fun because
He said, I mean, I think a lot of
it's
these
balls to the
people,
walls.
the first time around, or like their winning season, they didn't want to do anything too insane that was going to make them lose. But
Right.
now that they already have a win under their belt,
They're loosened up a little bit. It's like having a baby. That first one, you take 1,000,000 pictures.
yeah.
The second one, not so many. The last kid, the birth and graduation photos are on the same roll.
Oh.
Although that I just dated myself because now everything it's on the same phone,
Most
same
people
cloud.
don't shoot on film anymore.
It's true.
But yeah,
his season was weird because they had a tie at Tribal Council.
yes.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
And Laurel had to do the tie-breaking vote. So
That's some big jury management there.
yeah.
Mhm. But I think he's going to be a good one to watch because
Yeah.
I think he's going to be willing to make some kind of flashy, crazy moves, which
Mhm.
are enjoyable to watch.
I hope he doesn't burn himself out. He got some advice, don't go too hard too soon. Apparently in his season he made like 36 little games or
Yeah, like building stuff, games,
Yeah.
furniture, things like that.
production was playing in his games. So the survivors were playing the little games that he built.
Yeah.
So just chill.
Might reel that in a little bit
Yeah.
so he doesn't look like too much of a threat.
Walk it back a little bit. Maybe hang out with Adam, who's also planning on playing a little bit low key.
Yeah, so just before we get into Adam, I feel like the more recent winners have the advantage of being used to the newer playing style,
Right.
but they are kind of at a disadvantage here. Number one, because everybody's, their seasons are fresh in everybody's minds. And number two, they don't have that really tight network with some of like the older players who have the chance to bond with other people.
Right.
So they're kind of new on the scene. So there's a lot of pros and cons both ways.
Right. Well, Adam is a newer winner. He was in Millennials versus Gen X. That was season 33.
Yep.
And he wants people to underestimate him.
He's another person that after the season was over, people were like, oh, would he have won if he didn't share his story about his mom's
with cancer.
illness
Yeah.
during the final tribal, which I think he probably would have because
I think so.
he played a really good game.
He did. He is so into this game. As a little kid, his screen name was Soul Survivor Adam.
I love that.
That is amazing. He was the one who Sandra called. He said that Sandra called him right after he won his season. He really thinks that the relationships outside of the game are going to be playing a major
Absolutely.
role. And I have to agree. I think it's going to be huge. And I wonder how much they're going to let on to it in the edit.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I wonder how many of them have on the download talked to each other before the season and were like, oh, if we're both on, like, do you want to
Want to work
work
together?
together? But, like,
Yeah.
how true will they stay to those alliances?
Probably,
Especially when they find out it's for $2 million.
Yeah, that could be a total game changer.
Yeah, because I mean, most of these people, I feel like they know this is a game.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens in the game does not affect their friendship outside of the game.
Right.
Right?
Kind of.
Okay.
All right, Yul Kwan.
Oh!
He was on season 13, Cook Islands. This was one of the seasons that we didn't watch the whole season. I vaguely remember watching most of this season.
We might have watched the whole thing and just don't remember it.
I don't know. I think I would have remembered this season because wasn't it like the racial season? And I remember that being such a huge, like, commercial
How
draw.
did that make it through?
It was a different world, kids.
Wow.
Different world. He actually met his wife through Survivor. I believe one of his castmates introduced him to his wife.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah. I love a good blind date.
Yes. So, what was I going to say?
I feel like he's really, really smart.
Yeah, I don't remember Yul that much from this season, but I will say I love what he's putting down.
Mm-hmm.
I am really excited about him. I think he's going to be a really great player.
I believe he's really soft-spoken, and, like, I think people will underestimate his soft-spokenness as not playing.
Reading his bio, like, he had really interesting things to say.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very well-spoken, and I think he's going to be a smart strategist. I'm a little bit worried that he might not be, like,
a threat
brutal
physically?
enough. No, I'm not worried about physical for him.
You think he's going to be too nice?
Maybe?
I
I don't really see
know.
him as, like, a cutthroat player.
Well, he knows the game has changed. There's
Yeah.
no more loyalties. There's no more integrity. It's not like the old school way of playing. There's
Make an
voting
alliance,
blocks.
stick with it the whole time.
Yeah. He prepared physically, though. He's been working on those abs.
Well, they say he used to have, like, an
Washboard
18-pack?
I vaguely remember that. And I remember him, thinking that he was really tall, but he said that he was not really tall. And a lot of people who meet him are like, hey, I thought you were really tall, but you're not.
Yeah, I would like to see him get together with some of the other, like, brainy players.
Yeah.
Like Adam, who we were just talking about, or
Yeah.
somebody like that. But I'm sure he'll try to work with some of the beefier guys, too, to kind of, like, keep that shield in front.
Right. Well, could one of the beefier players be Officer Sarah?
Love her!
Sarah Lucina, 28. She was on season Cagayan. She won it. Oh, no, she won Game Changers when she came back. She lost season 28 that Tony was on because Tony won that one.
I was so impressed by
Yeah.
her gameplay in Game Changers.
Mm-hmm.
She was epic.
She used her cop skills.
Yeah.
You know, I have to say, a lot of the cops that go on these shows, they are at a real advantage.
They are.
They're at real
They
advantage.
can read people.
They're
used to playing games.
You know what really impressed me? The fact that she did 7 marathons in 7 days on 7 different continents.
Holy crap. And it's not like she's like marathoning a TV show, like running marathons.
Right.
That's insane.
She is a tough bitch. She also has a resting bitch face, which is a disadvantage, I feel like.
She knows what she's doing, though.
People may be reading her wrong. Sorry, I'm really thirsty.
I'm really wondering how she's going to play this season. Because the first season, she was, like, super honest. Her second season, she was, like, a criminal. Like, the first season, she was a cop. Second season, she was a criminal. But
what
now...
is she now, the judge?
Who's she going to be now?
I don't know. She knows it's not personal, though. She can have a relationship with you in the game, but she's still going to write your name down.
That's what you got to do.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm really excited that she's back again.
I really like her.
And especially since Tony's going to be back, too.
I know this is probably not popular, but I really like Amber and Rob.
Why is that not popular?
Because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, they've been on, so many times, whatever.
Well, this is only her third time.
It's only her third time. She was on season 2.
Oh my god!
That was like 20 years ago. Yeah, or
Crazy.
19 years ago. She was the winner of All Stars. That's where she met Rob, and he proposed at the finale.
I remember thinking that was just so wild.
I know. Right? And she married him. They had 4 girls.
Didn't they have that special when they got married?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
That was great. I loved it. I was there for it.
Mm-hmm.
Back when she first played and when she played, they didn't have hidden immunity idols. They didn't have advantages.
Yeah, she's
They
one of
didn't
the
have
OGs.
clues.
The game has changed a lot since the last time she played. So I think she's in for a big shock. I mean, she knows the game because she watches and everything, but
Yeah. But she has not played in a long time. And now
Mhm.
she's a mom. She's in a different mindset.
yeah.
Um,
She's going to have a huge target on her just because of Rob.
exactly. Well,
But I feel like people will want to take out him before they take out her.
you think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, but let's talk about Rob Mariano, the puppet master.
Okay.
All right, so he was on Season 4, Marquesas. Season 8, All-Stars. Season 20, Heroes vs. Villains.
Mm-hmm.
He is the winner of Season 22, Redemption Island. Season 20, wasn't he taken out on a medical...
I don't remember exactly.
I thought he had some sort of medical issue, or maybe he got over it.
I don't remember.
Can't exactly remember.
And then this past season, we saw him as a mentor on Island of the
with
Idols.
Sandra.
Yeah.
So he spent a lot of time with Sandra.
Yeah. Well, wait. Everybody's always saying that he's like the best player of all time.
He wrote a book.
Which I feel like, yes, he's a very good strategist and everything, but he had to play 4 seasons to win. And I mean,
Right.
like, yes, he's got a lot of great ideas and everything, but don't you feel like if it takes that long to win, maybe you're not the best player? Don't come for me. I think he's a great player.
The thing is, luck is part of it.
I know, but
so
still.
if you don't have the luck, if the odds are forever not in your favor, you're never going to win.
Yeah. But I mean, even if you're like the best player and people target you for it, if you're really the best player, wouldn't you be able to like get out of it?
Yes, but luck is different than that.
I get it.
You know?
Yeah.
Again.
Don't come for me because I do think he is a great player.
Right. Like, luck, bad luck is having a meat reward when you have a prostate problem and you're like almost guaranteed making the final whatever and you got to be medevaced out.
Yeah.
That's bad luck.
That's pretty bad.
All right. So the game has changed. He's going to adapt. He wouldn't even talk about what he's going to do because he doesn't know until he gets there. And that, I think, is very smart. His weakness in the past, he's a hothead, I guess. He would act before actually thinking it out, and obviously he's changed that.
This is interesting because he mentioned that he didn't really feel like he learned things from the season 39 players besides Sandra, who he talked to all the time.
Right.
But Sandra said she did learn things from watching them. So I don't know. Maybe he just thought he was like above it, or I don't know.
Maybe he already knew.
I already knew all those things.
He said he didn't set up any pre-existing things. Like, maybe he did with the people he knows, but he didn't seek out people that he hadn't met before and say,
I mean,
hey,
obviously Amber.
we're going to be on the season together. Do you want to, like, do something?
I mean, he's coming in with an automatic
Yeah.
+1.
Well, he had a good point. The olds have to stick together, but chances are the olds are going to be the ones with the big egos.
I don't know.
And do they want to play with the olds?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Again, really curious how things are going to shake out with Rob, Amber, and Sandra all together.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we got the last few here. Parvati Shallow.
Yay! I love her.
She is a real warrior.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior princess. So she was on 13 Cook Island. She won 16 Fan versus Faves.
Yep. And she came really close in Heroes and Villains.
Right.
Wait. Was it Heroes and Villains, or did she come close in Cook Islands? I can't even remember
No,
now.
I thought it was Heroes and Villains.
Okay.
Yeah, so she actually married a Survivor as well.
Yeah. Okay, we were looking at this list of, like, all the Survivor couples that are still together. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't
More than
even
The
realize.
Bachelor, probably.
Yeah. Oh, duh.
All right, so they have a kid now. She's a newish mom. Her kid is only 10 months old.
I think that's pretty new.
That is very new.
Mm-hmm.
Her hips probably haven't even gone back to, tightness that they were before.
Okay. Weird flex, but okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Your body changes after you have a baby. So this is what we were talking about before. Like, she is emotional.
She seems very different.
Yeah, she can't flirt this time. She's beyond that.
Yeah, that was a big part of her
game. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I think she still got it in her.
She actually got a lot of hate online.
People
Shocker,
need
right?
to get a grip. It's a freaking game.
That is just so ludicrous to me. She's still going to do all the bad stuff, though. She is going to cheat. She is going to stab. She is going to... She's going to lie to people.
I'm interested to see how she's going to change her game up. Like, I'm confident that she's going to be able to pull something else off, but I'm interested to see what it's going to be.
She would love to beat Sandra, because I guess that is who she lost to in Heroes versus Villains.
Right.
So...
Now I'm like really... I just know if we're wrong, people are going to come for us. Yes, okay. That's just the world we live in today.
Yep.
But again, just like Sandra, she's going to have a huge target on her back. So do you see the two of them working together?
Definitely.
I would love that.
I think the two of them are going to work together, and then they're both going to try
together
and stab each other in the back.
Maybe.
There's only one queen, and the queen stays the queen. All right. Yeah. Kim. People have been mentioning Kim Spradlin Wolf the whole time they were interviewing. They were like, whose game do you admire the most? Blah, blah, blah. Who do you think played the best game?
I mean...
Her name came up more than anybody else's.
This was one of the seasons that I was in college for, but I remember coming home and watching the last few episodes, and I was like, whoa, there's like an all-girl alliance, and they're kicking ass, and then I didn't really know much about Kim's game, but she was like the head of that group, and she freaking killed that season.
That was One World, in case you were wondering. Yeah, season
she was
24.
Like 100% in control the whole time.
Right, and then look what happened to her. She got married and had 3 kids in 26 months.
Oh
Holy
my god!
Shite.
Yeah, so a lot has changed since the last time she played.
Her hips are definitely not back.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, anyway.
She's very emotional, too.
Yeah, she misses her kids.
Oh my god. So it's amazing to see how she's going to play. She's only been on once.
Played a phenomenal game.
Now she's got 3 kids. I don't know. I don't know if she can replicate.
Why?
I think she's going in with a big reputation. But I think she's going to be having an uphill battle.
But she is one of those people that is
resilient.
Nice.
I don't know.
So, like, okay, you have somebody that plays like a really entertaining game or something, like Tony, his win. But he can't play that game every time. Right. Because he wasn't like a likable...
His entertainment was for us, not for the people
on
the show.
Like, we liked watching him, but playing with him, ugh. So then Kim, everybody's like, oh, she's great because she's, like, so positive and happy and kind, but she can also play this dominant game. So that is something
but can she on this season?
Maybe. I mean, that is something that I think could potentially be repeated.
Okay. Well, Denise Stapley, from season 25, The Philippines... She's a lot.
I don't think
I vaguely remember her because of the sex therapist thing.
Okay.
She reminds me of Jamie Lee Curtis.
She seems cool.
It seems very with it. She went to every single tribal council on her season.
Yeah, apparently she was on a real loser tribe.
Yeah. She's fit. She's been working out. She's prepared. She can take the heat. She loves this weather, but don't give her any rain because that is not something she can deal with.
I think there's going to be like a lot of rain.
She sucks at lying. She's going to try and counteract that by pairing up with a sneaky. Maybe Sandra.
Yeah, she did mention Sandra.
So, good luck to her. She seems like she's going to be very entertaining.
I wish I had more to say, but I don't really know her. Yeah.
We know Tony is.
Oh boy.
Tony from Jersey. He won 28, Cagayan, but he switched up his game for 34.
Didn't work.
Game Changers. The name of the season was Game Changers, Tony. That doesn't mean that you have to switch up your game. Or did it? Was that the one that was like, oh, maybe if you had played a different game? No, but he won his season before that. He's the one who came up with the Spy Shack.
That is epic, legendary, iconic.
He's a cop. Cops Alliance. Cops are us.
Yeah. A lot of people mentioned him as one of the games that they really enjoyed and admired his win.
I hate this environment. People stink. You can't wash your hair. Wish you had a toilet.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's a lot.
He's dad now, and that doesn't change a damn thing. I'm still going to be slitting throats and lying and killing and stealing.
Didn't he say, though, he was going to try to reel it in a little bit, like, energy-wise? But he's the type of person, I feel like he's not going to be able to do that. Like, he's gonna get out there, and it's just going to be good old Tony. And
He's going to be quite abrasive, I think.
Fun as hell to watch, but I don't know if it's really going to do him any favors in the game.
Well, he's going to actually go back to his original strategy of whatever he did.
He is one of those people that's going to be such a big target that I could see him being around for a while as, like, a meat shield, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull out another win.
He also had a freaking parasite, which is one reason why I will never go on Survivor. I don't want to deal with all the sickness
was the parasite
and bug bites
from
and
Survivor, or was that unrelated?
I would think. Didn't he say he lost like over 100 pounds?
I thought he meant he was down to 140.
Oh, okay.
Which would make more sense.
He still hasn't gained it all back. Yeah, that is scary, and also scary that he never won a challenge, and he still won. That's pretty crazy.
That's a sign of a good player.
That is a sign of a good social player. All right, Nick Wilson, the most recent winner. He won season 37, David versus Goliath. I love that season.
Yep.
He's a free agent because he's not in like how do you say, pre-existing relationships with these people.
Yeah.
Because he's the new guy on the block.
Again, his game is really fresh in people's minds, but also he's used to playing this faster-paced game.
Right.
And with all these new twists and turns and advantages.
Unless they change it completely.
Yeah, but still, he's used to that style of play. I don't think they're going to get rid of all the advantages and just go back to basics.
I don't know.
I really doubt it.
I don't know what they're going to do. He was the one who came up with the idea of naming alliances.
Well, he loved all those names, and it was like very Big Brother. So then he was saying, like, if he got something together with Yule, which I would love to see, he would want to call it the Geniuses.
That would be fun. That would be really fun. And last but not least, Ethan Zahn, old school Ethan!
Oh my god, I'm so glad he's back and healthy.
He seems like such a nice guy.
Yes.
Such a nice guy. He was from season 3, Africa. He also played in All Stars, but he didn't win.
Yeah. And he was on Amazing
season
Race,
8.
too.
Yes. He changed his life. Survivor changed his life. He lost his job. He had, wasn't working, sent in an audition tape for Survivor the day before it was due, and he got on the show and won.
Crazy.
Right off the bat. So he has prepared like crazy. I believe he said he moved somewhere warm so that he would be used to the warm weather.
Was that like because of that, or he just like so happened to move?
I'm not sure.
Because that's some dedication right there.
His wife's been hiding stuff in the woods so that he can look for hidden immunity idols. He's been
putting in a lot of prep, like meditating and working on like balance. Didn't he say that or something?
Puzzles and he also has, since his season, started a charity which has grown immensely.
This is amazing. I love that he took the opportunity that he had and used some of his winnings to start a charity. What was it, like grassroots soccer or something? And it's really helping a lot of kids out.
Like over 2 million, I think he said.
That's
it's
amazing.
Servicing over 2 million children. So way to go, turning something for yourself into something that is going to pay it forward so immensely. Yeah. Exponentially.
And he's also a cancer survivor.
Yeah. That's amazing. In fact, he said he was so sick at one point, he just thought, I want to get better enough so that I can play in an all-star season if they ever have one. Yeah. And here he is.
Amazing.
Perfect.
I'm so excited that he's better. Because I remember when they first broke the news that he was suffering from cancer, I was like, oh no. And I feel like the whole country was like, no. Yeah. So I'm glad that he's doing much better now.
Me too, because he's a nice person, and I would like to see him get far in the game, playing a nice game. I would love to see somebody get far playing a nice game.
Is he going to be able to be cutthroat, though? I don't know.
I don't know, but this starts February 12th, and I'm so excited for it. I wish it was next week, but I'm going to have to wait an extra week now. I actually thought it was this week. coming
Don't ask
up.
us our favorites yet. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't
But we
know.
will ask you guys because I know you have a lot of opinions.
So leave it in the comments. Everything. Comment on everything. We read all the comments. We might not answer them.
Well, I've been trying to answer them for a while now.
We might not answer all of them. But we love to read them all. So thank you very much. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back if you made it to the end of this podcast. It was a lot, I know. But thank you. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time, much
love.
love.